Hello again, David Holden, Naturopath and Nutritional Biochemist. Going to give you a little clip on detox and detoxification. And I have a special offer for you. If you contact me by email, info@hhc.nz, and you ask for it, I will email you this free little brochure on detoxing. It's a really, really useful guide. It's got lots of information in it on how to reduce your toxic burden, a health reset, how to eliminate gut pathogens, liver support and chemical clearance, some of the things to look for things to put in your diet to include a detoxification, some of the environmental hazards you can get with these toxins, a detox diet, lots of information on that, also what to eat and what not to eat, clearly laid out, which is really, really useful. Also information on how to cook foods properly to enhance detoxification, chemicals to avoid and what to substitute with instead of, ones that are higher, ones that are lower in certain chemicals, different classifications to avoid of different plastics in our environment, and specific chemicals to avoid in our contact environment with medicines, with home skin and hair care. Okay, so some really good useful information there and a log. So that's available free if you contact me and ask for it. Now, a couple of things I want to talk about with detoxing. Basically, it's a very, very common phenomenon for people to do these days. We've just come out of the most polluted century in the planet's history, and it's not getting any cleaner. Unfortunately, it's going to probably get worse, way worse, before it gets better and we start cleaning up the oceans, the atmosphere, the food supply from all the chemicals we're exposed to. So most people don't know this, but my background as working as a microbiologist and biochemist in the science industry, the health industry, mainstream, before I became a naturopath, it was known back in the 90s that we'd made over 4.7 billion synthetic chemicals since the 1600s, and many of those are toxic, and a percentage of those are carcinogens. Now many more have been realized to be carcinogens from repeated exposure. So what we need to be aware of is that there's 5 main organs in the body that detox things naturally: the bowels, the kidneys, the skin, the lungs, and the lymphatics through the liver portal and the gut. So the gut is a double whammy, and it's very important if you do any kind of detoxification program, you make sure you are not constipated. If you're constipated, you just basically won't get rid of the toxins out of your body properly at all. Now, the normal detoxification processes occur right through our entire life cycle, but the younger you are, the more actively you detox. You don't have a chance for toxins to build up in your fatty tissues over periods of time, your neuronal tissue, your gut, your filter organs like the liver, the kidneys, and the spleen, where most of the toxins are held. So it's very important that you understand what we're trying to do is figure out if organs need detoxification, and if so, what's the best way to do it. We're getting increasing high rates of cancer in the world. It's predicted to be the number 2 killer worldwide by 2020. That's next year. So that means 1 in 2 people will get a diagnosis of cancer at some point in their life. That's pretty scary. And a lot of that is from carcinogen and toxin accumulation in the tissue. So this is why regular, annual, preferably spring detoxing or fall detoxing is the second best time to do it in nature's cycles. So what I recommend we do, we've got several different detoxes we use. We recommend that patients go through a process of testing to find out if they are toxic. And the easiest testing I do is called a VLA, which is a very, very simple test where I lie the patient down on this table, connect them up with electrodes, hook them up to a machine, press the button. It prints out a report after I've punched in details about their height, weight, age, other information. And then it prints out a report and tells us what the cellular fluid balance is of the body, which is a measure of toxicity in tissue. That's a very simple test. And based on that, we would do a colon, liver, and kidney detox using a range of products, particularly powders that you can add to drinks and smoothies and shakes and juice or milks for kids. And very easy to do, extremely easy to do, making sure that your bowels are working properly. Saunas can help open up the skin, far infrared particularly, and you can sweat a lot of toxins out through your skin. So saunas are a definite bonus. And also we work with a couple of colonic irrigation clinics for people who've had a history of constipation or aren't going regularly, having regular bowel motions. We can stimulate those and get the system cleaned out that way too. The top level test we do is called a QXCI scan, and that's much more thorough. And that tells us if the person has things like what we call generically xenobiotic chemicals or toxin load, and that covers heavy metals, fungicides, pesticides, insecticides, carcinogens, endocrine disruptors, solvents, diesel exhaust, petrol, ammonia, a whole range of chemicals, thousands of them are tested on this machine. And I'll go into a little bit more detail in another video clip. But if you're serious about detoxing, do contact us to get this free booklet, okay? I'll send it to you via email, so I need your email address for that. Send it to info@hhc.nz, and we'll send you that out. All right, hope that's been helpful, and I'll see you again soon. Bye for now.